It's that time again, family. It's that weekly overview time. Hopefully, you guys can see my screen. Happy new week. I'm so happy and grateful to be here with you guys today. So let's look at it. This week is April 7th to April 13th. You can see we look at the news, right? There's some major news that's happening. On Tuesday, we have NZD official cash rate. Okay, we also have core CPI on Monday. All right, so let's take note of these. We have BOC monetary policy report for Canadian dollar, right, US dollar, and also NZD, okay, New Zealand dollar. Wednesday, let's see, we have FOMC meeting. All right, so remember the first Wednesday of there's 10 months. I believe 9 or 10 months in the year that the first Wednesday or the second is it the second Wednesday? I believe it's the first Wednesday. No, it's usually the third Wednesday. All right, we have FOMC meeting next week. We're definitely gonna have that again on Thursday, April 11th. All right, we're gonna have all of this happening. All right, so Thursday's major as well. So every day there's something major happening except for Monday. All right, Monday there's not much going on. All right, some of you guys might be Monday now, so there's not really much going on Monday, Tuesday as well, except late in the evening for me here in Miami. And then on Thursday, of course, we have a lot going on. Early part of New York session, right? So at the very beginning of New York session, we have a lot going on. Then finally, the Rock has come back, and I'm playing. Then we have another one, 30-year bond auction. Then on Friday, of course, we have GBP, right? And then USD as well. All right. So not much news happening. And by the way, for those of you that don't understand what I'm talking about, you can see here the red means high impact news, right? It's going to be major for the market. The orange is medium impact, and then yellow is low impact. And non-economic, meaning that the bank is closed or whatever it may be, that's gray. So I don't think I see any gray this week. Yeah, I don't see any gray this week. Last week I had some grays on Monday because it was the day after Easter. So this week there's no grays that I see. So let's get started. All right, let the British say, let's get started. All right, in it. All right, so let's look at the currencies real quick. Right, so I'm looking at the first one I'm looking for is Australian dollar. Right, as you can see, Australian dollar is still consolidating. Right, it's still in consolidation mode. That's why you can see that I have basically no trade here yet. Right, because we don't know, and I'm gonna show you guys where it's going. Right, so you can either go up, break the trend line here. Right, so let me show you a bit what I see. Right, so we have lower highs and higher lows. Right, so it can break up on the top side and then get to that particular point. Know what I mean? Okay. Then we have British pound. All right, so the next one is British pound. So the British, ooh, are you mad? All right, so the British pound is also consolidating, right? As you can see, right, it's still consolidating. Based on this, we have lower highs, and let me zoom out so you guys can see better. Okay, you see? So we have higher lows and the lower highs. All right, so I was waiting to see if it was going to break last week. It didn't break this, so I'm expecting it. Right, I still expect it to push down. Right, I still expect it to push down. So I'm just waiting. Either it push up, go here, or push down, go here. All right, so I'm expecting to push down. Then we have a Canadian dollar. Okay, family, we have Canadian dollar. So Canadian dollar is weak. I can see everything tells us that we're weak. Then we have the US dollar. Right, so the US dollar is back to being strong. Again, last week it broke out of this trend here, right? It broke out of this trend. Then it came back and retest, now shooting back up, right? So I consider that the US dollar is a strong pair. I mean, it's a strong currency, right? Then we have the euro, right? So euro it's still consolidating, right? It's not quite, it came retest, but it came right back into consolidation. So hopefully it gets out of it soon. Japanese yen, of course, you can see that it's weak, but it's consolidating for some time, right? But overall it's weak. So if we're looking for anything with that, I'm looking for it to break this particular point. Once it breaks this, then I'm looking to buy all JPY pairs. Even with Monara, all that stuff, we're looking to buy all JPY pairs. Does that make sense? All right. Then finally, the rock that I'm playing. We can see that SXY is weak, right? The Swiss franc is weak, right? So all the chefs We got to be very one way with it. Very one way with it. And especially for those of you that trade that particular currency or any pair that associated with that, right? Then we have the New Zealand dollar is also weak as well. With that being said, let's get ready to rumble. If you smell what Mr. Dankwa is cooking. So the first one we're looking for is USDJPY looking for a buy. Right? We got the previous high here. It's still pushing. Right. So right now we can trade it because the market is open. We can trade it now. What I'm looking for is for it to break out, retest, and then push up. All right. So currently right now, based on what I'm looking at, I can see that it's pushing up, but I'm looking for the candles to actually push past. All right, so let me move this a bit this way. There we go. All right, so I'm looking for the candles to push. Make sure we're good. Okay, good. All right, so I'm looking for the candles to do what? Break. So let me delete this. I'm about to say break every chain. Break at some point, 15-minute candle to retest and then push up. Now remember, I teach this all the time. Once the retest comes, right, I'm looking for my EMA and my SMA to push back up, right? So again, I'm looking for my EMA and my SMA to do what? To push back up. So back up, upwards, right? Backward, where? Upwards, upwards. So we're looking for it to push back upwards, right? So that can be found, all the stuff I'm talking about, most of the stuff I'm talking about here can be found in the ECA. So if you go here, right, so let's make sure that we're good. All right, so let's make sure that we're good. All right, so most of the stuff, again, I'm talking about, it can be found right here. You go to Forex, NARA ECA, all right? So for those of you that can't find this, I just click this to go here. All right, then go to Master, I'll go to ECA, Forex Academy, English, go to Advanced, all right? You're gonna see what I'm talking about there, all right? So please make sure you go through this. If you don't understand anything I'm talking about, go through this here, all right? You will start to understand how to use TradingView, different type of traders, trading times and sessions, trading plan, how to calculate pips, index and correlation, 7 market structure, reversal patterns, conservation patterns, support and resistance, supply and demand, Fibonacci retracement, entries, trading as a scalper, trading as a day trader, trading as a swing trader, all right? So go there and then you should be good, all right? So this, what I'm talking about right now, is entries. Okay, that's this one, 13. But if you don't understand none of these, right, you can't go to entry. So that means that you have to go through the ECA in order to understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's the first trade I'm looking for. So the trade is this, right? TP1 is going to be right here. So the entry is 151.750. Okay, the stop loss is going to be 151.550. That's a 20 pip stop loss. That's a 2% stop loss. All right, so we're risking 2% of our account if you're doing proper risk management, right? 0.01 per every $100. So it's 0.01 per every $100. I always put it in all the trades, right? So again, 0.01. Every trade that I take, I always do 0.01 per $100. So if you have $300, that's 0.03. If you have $600, that's 0.06, right? If you have $1,000, that's 0.10. All right, so make sure that you properly risk in every time that you trade. I do that all the time. All right, so the first TP is going to be, my first TP is going to be 152.250. My second one is going to be 152.750. Okay, so 152.750. The first one again is going to be this, right? 152.250. Right, so go ahead and take a screenshot if you have to. Rewind it, take a screenshot, and then you should be good to go. Yeah, your boys in the building. All right, the second trade is USD CAD. Now remember, we already seen that USD CAD was what? It was weak. It was what? It was weak. Right. So because USD CAD is weak and the dollar is strong, what are we looking to do? We're looking to buy USD CAD. Right. So right now it's in play as we speak right now. Right. It's in play. By the time you see this, it might be a bit late. It's 15 minutes. Let's see. Right. So this is perfect. Right. This is perfect. This is perfect time to get in. All right, but I might call this out. I won't call this out because we're not in the USD CAD, right? So if it comes back down, push back down, and by the time you see this, go ahead and take the trade. But you have to remember, every time you're taking a trade outside of the session, you have to look if your particular broker has a good spread. right? So look to see if your particular broker has a good spread. What is a spread? The spread is the difference between the ask price and the bid price, right? This is stuff we got to know. We have to know these things. If you don't know this, that means that you shouldn't be taking trades. We got to know these things before. You can't be. It's like sometimes, people get into the market without even knowing the basics. Like how Sway? That don't make sense. Okay, so this looks ready right now. By the time you see this, I'm not sure. Right, so this candle right here, I'm looking for this candle to push down right before it will get in the trade. So this trade looks ready. It's ready. It's ready. Is what is ready. Okay, then we have USD CHF. I don't know why I don't have a trade in here. Why is that? Yeah, I thought I looked at this already. I guess I didn't. All right, so oh yeah, because it's not well CHF. Well, this is CHF, right? So it is ready. It's ready, but this is consolidated, right? I do not like this. I do not like where I have the entry. I do not like where I have the entry. So what I'm gonna do, I don't know what happened to this. What did I do to this one? Right, I'd rather have it down here, right? So the entry, I'd rather have it at this. Right? So my zone is always 10 pips, right? I'd rather have this entry here. That would make more sense to me. Right? This would make more sense because this is a previous high. All right. So, all right. There you go. Down. All right. You also want to, okay, of course, you want to make sure you back test, see if it makes sense. Yeah, we got, okay. With Gucci. Again, if you don't understand back test, you have to be on these live sessions. All right. So this one, I don't think is going to push back down. We'll see. But this not something I'm looking forward to. USD CHF. It's clean, but this is the trade I'm looking for. Like this, like so. Yeah, dig. All right, so TP1 would be this. So this one, I'm looking forward to do this. If it does, it does it. If it don't, it don't. I'm looking forward to do this. Push back up. All right. Honestly, I'm not too confident with this one. So I'm gonna leave it. So on Monara, right, we're looking for buys on USD CHF, USD CAD, USD JPY. All right. So this is the TP1. That's the entry is 90,000. TP1 is 9,500. So that's 5% profit. The other one is TP2 is always 10%. TP1 is 5%. TP2 is 10%. All right. Then of course my stop loss is always 2% or 20 pips. All right. So that's 89 800. TP2 will look like this. All right. That's 9,100. 91,000. Sorry. 91,000. So let me take that back to TP1. Okay. So I have things already in play. All right, the next one, I'm not looking at Euro USD. It's not ready. All right, it's GU. All right, so GU got some way to go right before. So if you look at it, right, it's been very shaky. Right, it's been very shaky. As you can see, right, this takes someone that's experienced to trade this. You can't just come here and think that you're gonna trade. No, GU is not nothing to play with. So I wanted to avoid all of this. So I'm waiting for it to come all the way back down to 25 to 50, which is a few. It's about close to 1,000, almost 1,000 pips, right? I mean 100 pips. Sorry, 100 pips. All right, so let that clear. Right, nothing is clean right now. So I want to make sure that it's clear before I try to enter the market. Does that make sense? Right, so I want to make that clear before I try to enter anything here in the market. All right, so let's see. Let's see if anything is going to change. Okay, there we go. All right. So when it comes to all right, so this is the entry. All right, this will have a bit to go. Right, it's 25,250. My stop loss is 25,450, and my take profit is going to be 24,750. All right, family. So take the 24,750. So that's TP1. TP2 is going to be this 24,250. Does that make sense? Bam. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for for GU. GU boys, they're my brothers, they're my friends. All right, the last one I'm gonna do is NZD/USD. All right, AU is not ready. So NZD/USD, I'm looking for it to clear all this as well to the low point, break the lower low, right? Because right now it's in a buy zone. If I draw a trend line, it's in a buy zone. But I still believe that it's gonna push. It has a bearish momentum, right? Because of what we've seen with New Zealand dollar, right? So it has a bearish momentum, as you can see here, right? So because of that, right, and also the dollar is strong, right? Because of that, I'm looking for this to go bearish as well. But we have some ways to go, right? We have some ways to go. So we have this, right? So 59,500 is the entry. Stop loss of 59,700, right? So my trades are always the same. 2 pip risk. TP1 is 5% target, and TP2 is 10%. Always the same. It's called being a profitable trader, right? It doesn't matter how many trades you win. Doesn't matter how many trades you lose. What matters is risk to reward, right? Risk reward is very important. If you have that in play and you follow that, you should see profits, all right? You should be profitable. But if you don't have that in play, then you're in big trouble, right? So here we have the entry is 59,500. The stop loss is 59,700. TP1 is 59,000. Okay, 59,000. TP2 is going to be 58,500, right? So this is my weekly overview. I'm glad that you tuned into the end. For those of you that tuned into the end, I got something special that's coming up real soon. I want to announce it real soon. I'm not going to announce it now, but hopefully we have Solex that's launching soon as well. Like I always say, God bless. Snapchat signing up. Eat. Peace.